Onimusha, Way of the Sword gets new gameplay trailer. So this was another one of the trailers that had been released, and I was wanting to do another video on this. I think I've done one or two videos. I think I did like an original video when the Games Award had announced it, and then I think I did the other video in regards to the the face model that they decided to do the main character on. It was based off of a famous Japanese actor from like back in like I think it was like the 50s. So the fact that we got another trailer for this game looks is something that I'm kind of excited to go into. I was able to kind of skim it just a little bit. I didn't really really sit down and watch it and listen to it just because I did want to do a reaction to it with the video. So I'm a little bit curious as to the direction it's going to be going in. The game looks a little bit different than the initial gameplay footage and stuff like that I had seen. As far as like the atmosphere and stuff like that, it does kind of look like there's like a little bit of like a bluish tint to this most recent trailer versus the other ones where it just kind of looked like it was just kind of like a regular world. So I am kind of curious as to what direction that is going for the game, as far as if it is, the character kind of going into like a different portion of the world, or if it is something like a reason behind it, or if that's just how the game's going to be. So they got the trailer right here. We'll go ahead and check it out, and then again, as per usual, I'll give my thoughts as we go along, as we watch it.
Oh my world. What is this place?
And the zoom in just
You don't have a chance.
so as you can see, the way that it kind of almost has like a bluish hue. I'm kind of curious because it does look like he is kind of like in a almost like a spiritual world right here with the monsters that he's attacking and everything like that. If it if there are if that might be the reason behind it, or like this kind of light shining back here, if that is kind of giving it that bluish hue. Because when it showed some of the other gameplay footage where it shows him kind of attacking some people and then some monsters kind of around the houses and everything like that in the regular neighborhood, there wasn't kind of this hue that was behind it. So I'm just kind of curious as to if that is part of like where he's at in this world, and if it's becoming with him battling like more of these mystical creatures kind of a thing, if that's the reasoning why it looks like this so far.
You don't have a chance.
Because as you can see right here, and then with the backgrounds, the way stuff looks like it's floating, it almost looks like he's in like a spirit world kind of a thing. So I'm kind of curious as to the direction that's going to be going in, as far as what the game is entailing. Because like I've said before in some of the other videos, I've never played the Onimusha games. Those were some that I didn't even know about until I seen the trailer for this and started learning more about the franchise and everything. But chances are, as far as the franchise goes, this will probably be where I start off, and I don't know if I'm going to be going and checking out the other games, just depending on how I like this one. If it seems like it might be something up my wheelhouse. That I thought was so cool.
Not enough. I need more. Pick your battles, piggy.
Musashi! We both want the same thing, Musashi. But there's only room for one at the top, and it won't be a coward who runs from
See,
you.
so right here, like, it was what I meant, where it kind of looks like it's a little bit different. So I'm guessing chances are that he was kind of like in the spirit world and everything like that, which is why I was kind of giving that weird kind of color palette when in that bluish hue kind of a thing. Because obviously right here it does look different. I do got to say though, one of the other things as well is that whenever I do, and I've mentioned this in some other videos and stuff like that, that whenever I do play some of these games, especially in Japanese, I usually prefer to actually play it with the original voice acting in that language. Obviously, with it being a trailer and stuff like that, I could have probably picked one that had Japanese, but I just kind of went off of what we have here. But yeah, for me, it's one of those things. I don't know why. I think it's just because I feel like you kind of get more of like a feel of the character. It matches more if they're obviously speaking in the native language, just the way I've had it. Because I think in one of the other videos, I think the original one that I did, or it might have been the second video I did, it does kind of show him talking in Japanese, which is what I'd kind of prefer. Same way with when I did my reaction to the Silent Hill F. I think it just gives more authenticity to the like that feeling of what it originally is when it actually is played with their original voices.
Words never did work between us, did they? Sasaki Ganyu.
Onimusha, where is the sword? Ooh, hello. Who was that, babe? So, yeah, let me see here. See if I can just pause it. Oh, no. Nah, I was going to try to pause it just to show. So, yeah, obviously, Onimusha coming out in 2026. And yeah, man, I mean, like I said, I've never gotten into the franchise itself, but this definitely looks like something I'd want to check out just to kind of see what it's about. Because I do like, Japanese style games and everything as far as like in that era, the samurai kind of era. So obviously like Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't been able to pick up Rise of the Ronin yet. And then I do want to pick up Sekiro, Die Twice. So stuff like that, I think is always really fun to play and kind of get into that Japanese atmosphere and stuff like that. And then obviously with Silent Hill F, that is one of the things I mentioned as well, is that I do kind of like the lore and stuff like that. So seeing that they're kind of doing something kind of similar from what it looks like as far as this game goes is definitely something I think is pretty cool and something to look forward to as far as future games that are going to be coming out. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this game, and I'm really hoping it's gonna do well, and I have a feeling it will. So that'll be pretty good to see in the future. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Is this going to be a game you guys are going to be picking up if there are any Onimusha fans out there, or if you've never like myself played the franchise itself, and just from what you've seen from the trailer here and everything, the information that we've been getting as far as this game goes, does this seem like something you'll be picking up whenever it is released? So if you guys can let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, if you guys could like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys have been watching this long, I really appreciate it. It means a lot. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.